Let us explain the magnetic property of the complexes on the basis of crystal field theory. We know the filling up of d orbitals in presence of weak ligand and strong ligand explains the magnetic property. We know there are two types of ligands. One is a weak ligand with high spin. The second one is strong ligand, low spin. In case of weak ligands like F minus is there, Br minus, Cl minus, OH minus, all these are weak ligands. The d orbitals occupy singly before any pairing of d orbitals by the electrons. When the ligand is weak one, the electrons are not going to be paired. The electrons occupy in the d orbitals singly before the pairing. Thus, this is because energy difference between P2G and EG orbital is small. Here I am given, in case of d orbital, that too in weak ligand, the splitting energy is less. I have given the P2G orbital and the EG orbital. The distance between or the energy difference between P2G and EG orbital, that too in weak ligand, the splitting energy is less. When the splitting energy is less, then it is very easy to possible to transfer the electron to the easy energy level, because energy difference will be less. Therefore, electron can take easily the transition when the fourth electron is added in the d orbital. It does not enter the P2G orbital. It moves towards the higher energy state, that is EG orbital. This is possible only in case of weak ligand. That indicates that is less energy is required to fill the d orbitals or fourth electron. Means to enter the fourth electron, energy will be less. Therefore, electron easily jump towards the EG energy level. This indicates that crystal stabilized energy is less than pairing energy. Means this is less than pairing energy, or pairing energy is greater than splitting energy. Pairing energy is less than splitting energy. When the pairing energy is less, that is delta O is less than pairing energy, means pairing energy is greater than splitting energy. When pairing energy is greater than splitting energy, means pairing does not take place. Hence, electron enter the EG and P2G orbital singly. Means there is no any pairing. When there is no any pairing takes place, means the electrons are unpaired. When the electrons are unpaired in the weak ligand, that shows high spin complexes, and you know high spin complexes are paramagnetic in nature because of the electrons field single. Suppose fifth electron is there. The fifth electron, here three electrons are entered in the P2G orbital and the two electrons are entered in the EG orbital. This means there is no pairing takes place, because pairing energy is greater than splitting energy, means splitting energy is less. Therefore, electrons first enter singly in case of weak field. When electrons are entered singly, that indicates this is a high spin complex, and all the high spin complexes are paramagnetic in nature. Suppose in case of strong ligands, the strong ligands like Cn minus is there, ammonia is there, NO2 is there. In this case, what happens? When the electrons are added, suppose I have given the initially 3 electrons are present singly, then what about the fourth electron? The fourth electron does not enter in the EG energy level or easy orbitals, because the energy difference between the T2g orbital and easy orbital, that is the splitting energy is more. When the splitting energy is more, the electron can't or goes towards the easy energy level because the energy difference will be more. The electron is not possible to enter in the easy orbital because of the more energy difference. That is nothing but a crystal field stabilized energy is more than pairing energy. That is nothing but a pairing energy is less than crystal field splitting energy. When pairing energy is less, then fourth electron is added in the T2g orbital. That becomes a T2g4. Suppose fifth electron is there, that fifth electron is enters in the T2g orbital, that is T2g5. When sixth electron is there, that is also enters here. After filling the T2g orbitals by the electrons, pairing takes place. Next electron is enters in the easy orbital. Means in case of strong ligand, the pairing energy is less than that of the crystal field splitting energy. Hence, in case of strong ligands, electron pairing takes place. That is, they show low spin complexes, and all the low spin complexes are diamagnetic in nature. It is clear? Why the electrons enters in the T2g orbital only in case of strong ligand. You know, in case of strong ligand, the electrons are covalently paired in the T2g orbital instead of going for the easy orbital. When pairing takes place, there is no unpaired electron, means low spin complex. When it is low spin complex and no unpaired electrons, then it exhibits the diamagnetic property. Means weak ligands exhibit the paramagnetic complexes, whereas strong ligands produces the diamagnetic complexes. This is the effect of magnetic field due to the crystal field splitting by the approach of weak ligand and the strong ligand. Let us take the one more property, explain the color property of the complexes. You know, the crystal field theory provides an explanation for the absorbed color of the complexes. The complex which exhibit color absorb certain electromagnetic radiations from the white light. You know what we are observing? It is white light. And that white light contains 7 colors. You know the 7 colors are P, I, B, G, Y, O, R. And they are following the visible light, visible region. And we know the visible region having a wavelength is, that is 4000 to 7000 angstrom. Clear? Then visible region of electromagnetic radiation ranging from this region. We know white light is a mixture of 7 colors. The color of the transmitted light will be the complementary color of the absorbed color. There are 2 types of colors. One is a complementary color and another is absorbed color. Means a complex metal ion which contains d electrons. These d electrons absorb one of the color or one of the wavelength from the 4000 to 7000 nanometer, and they re-emit the another color, means transmitted color or complementary color. And for the observer, the complementary color is observed. For example, if a complex absorbs light of blue region, means the blue region having a certain wavelength, and if the complex absorbs light of blue region, its complementary color is red. And for the observer, the complex is observed with red. If the complex absorbs red color, its complementary color is blue. Means you can take the copper sulfate, copper complexes, cuprammonium sulfate, which is a blue color, because this copper plus 2 ion absorb the light radiation or electromagnetic radiation from the visible region that is of red color. And what it transmitted? This transmitted the blue color radiation. Therefore, for the observer, the copper complexes are seems to be blue in color. Is clear? If the complex has got the red color, its complementary color is blue. And most of the complexes are colored. You know, complexes are possible for the d block elements. You know, d block elements form stable complexes. And most of the complexes are colored because the energy of the light in the visible region is just to promote the electrons from lower T to G level to a higher EZ level. Means the electrons that are present here, suppose the electron is present here, this electron absorb the radiation and from the electromagnetic radiation of the visible light, and there is a transition takes place just to promote the T to Z level electron is promoted to the higher EZ energy level, just to promote the electron from lower T to Z level to a higher EZ level. In the octahedral complex, means this is possible only in case of octahedral. But in case of tetrahedral complex, what happens? The lower EZ level electron just promoted to a T to Z level in the tetrahedral complex. And we know in case of tetrahedral complex, this is EZ energy level and this one is a 2Tg energy level. What happens? The electron is from the lower EZ energy level is promoted to the T2G energy level in case of tetrahedral complex. The complexes with D10 or D0 that indicates all the electrons are going to be paired up here. D10 means all the electrons are paired. There is no any electron. Means both T2G orbitals and the EZ orbitals are filled by the electrons when D10 configuration is reached. When D0 means there is no electrons in the d orbital, means there is no any transition takes place. If number of electrons are 0 in the d orbital, for the transition there is no electron. Therefore, such complexes are colorless. Means D0 and D10 complexes are 0. You can take an example here. I have given example copper plus 1. When copper you can take atomic number of the copper is 29. The configuration is this is argon. This is 3d9 4s2. When the configuration becomes 3d10 4s1, means this copper loses one of the electron. When it loses one electron, the configuration is 3d10. When 3d10 means all the electrons are paired. When electrons are completely paired, no electrons are for the transition. Therefore, copper plus 1 ions are colorless. Similarly, you can take zinc plus 2. When you get the Zn, the atomic number is 30. Here it is 3d10 4s2. And when zinc exhibit plus 2 oxidation state, it reaches the 3d10 configuration. Therefore, copper plus 1 and zinc plus 2, where the configuration is 3d10, means there is no single electron which can absorb the radiation to promote, because all the electrons are completely paired up, means there is no any transition. And such type of complex with copper plus 1 ion and zinc plus 2 ion are completely colorless, means they have no color. Similarly, titanium plus 4 and scandium plus 3. Titanium and scandium. If you observe these two elements, you can take the scandium. In this case, atomic number is 21. When 21, then you can write the configuration. This is 18, then 3d1, 4s2 is there. When scandium is plus 3, means 3d becomes 0. No electrons for the transition. When number of electrons are 0, then this also gives the colorless. Similarly, you can take titanium plus 4 means atomic number of titanium is 22. Configuration is this is argon 3d2 4s2, and when titanium is in plus 4 state means 3d becomes 0. No electrons, that is titanium plus 4 and scandium plus 3, they reaches the 3d 0 configuration. Therefore, they also achieve the colorless. Whereas copper plus 2, the configuration is 3d9. Titanium plus 2, the configuration is 3d2, are color, because when copper is in plus 2 state, we know copper is atomic number 29, the configuration is 3d9 4s2. When copper is in plus 2 state, there are 3d9, means 9 electrons are there. Out of 9, 1 is unpaired, and that unpaired electron get the transition. We know the d orbitals are 5 in number, and 9 electrons are to be placed. Here, one of the unpaired electron get transition from T2G level to EG level in case of octahedral complex. Then that absorbs certain radiations. The absorbed radiation is red color and the complementary color is blue. Therefore, copper plus 2 complexes are purely blue in color. I have given here Cu plus 2 in 3d9, titanium plus 2 in 3d2 are color. Example, titanium, that is hexa-aqua titanium 2 complex. In this case, 3d2 means 2 is the configuration, therefore absorbed color is green radiation and transmitted color is yellow. Therefore, this complex is observed to be purely yellow in color. At the same time, hexa-aqua cobalt 2, this is 3D having 7 electrons. Means 7 electrons means there are unpaired electrons are there, and these unpaired electrons absorb the blue color radiation and complementary color is a pink. Therefore, cobalt, this complex is a blue in color. Clear? Due to the crystal field splitting, the electrons may transmit from the EZ level to 2TG or T2G level to EZ level depending upon the type of the complex. And when the transition takes place, they absorb certain radiations and emit the complementary color, and for the observer, the complementary colors are observed. That is the color property of the complexes. These are the most important properties of the complexes. Clear? Next class, we proceed for the other properties. Okay, thank you for patience hearing.